me when I say, if you think there's a reason why you can't do something, you can.
I keep getting the image of her running through a field, the tall grass, enjoying the sunshine, just frolicking.
Start listening to your own guides. Start listening to the signs.
The only thing that makes you jealous, fearful, and angry is your perception upon the situation. What is going on, everybody? I don't know. Courtney, hello. Keith, hello. Tim, all of everybody that's joining us today already. Awesome to see you guys. Little bit of change today. Somebody let me know if you can hear me all right. I got my other headphones that I normally wear are dead, and I removed my microphone and worked with a few things today, so I just want to make sure it sounds all right. But if you guys didn't catch the memo on Facebook, unfortunately, DeEtte cannot make it today. It's her daughter's birthday. So let's all, give her a round of applause. And guess what? You know what? I got something for this today. Give a round of applause and a big happy birthday to DeEtte's daughter. Man, Todd should not have given me access to this. Todd should not have said, you can take over your show. One, no, I actually have a very special guest today, and I'm very excited to bring her on. But again, DeEtte can't make it today. It's her daughter's birthday, so we will see you guys what we normally do with the live readings and the life coaching techniques next week. And yes, that is the brand new intro that you keep hearing DeEtte get on me about finishing and getting out there. Spent all day doing it today. I'm a procrastinator, One day I'll coach somebody on that, but not right now. I'll get to it eventually. But man, I hate talking to myself. I'm just gonna bring Ashley in here in a minute. I'm gonna introduce her for a minute. She is my guest tonight. You guys actually probably know her from the station, WLTK-DB. She is a host of the brand new show Beyond the Afterlife with a teammate who she is also involved in Cross Country Paranormal. They got their own show here, just debuted last night on WLTK. She's also a member of UNI Research, and she's an ex-teammate of mine. We were in a group together called Beyond the Dimensions that was a Paraflix exclusive. We had some issues. We had a falling out, some creative differences. I'm not going to lie. And the reason I'm being honest is because the great thing about this field is when you move on, when you find your better self and your 2.0 self and move on down better paths, you know how to squash these differences and look at yourself and say, you know what, I was the cause of this. And, just kind of put your differences aside. And that's one thing that I think a lot of people in this field lack. So I love the fact that I was able to make up with Ashley and we were able to squash our differences and still I still consider her family. I love her to death and I'm excited to bring her on. I want to hear how her journey has been through the paranormal since we split up, because from what I'm seeing, it has been phenomenal. She's doing amazing. And are you doing readings tonight? If so, I'm sorry, Aspen, I am not doing readings tonight. But I'm just going to bring her in, and we're going to chat. If you guys got questions for Ashley, we're going to learn a little bit about her. Feel free to just drop those questions in. And there she is.
Hello, how are you?
I'm doing good. It's so good to sit down and talk with you outside of texting.
Yes, it's been a while. Yeah, everything's been through text or messages or something like that. So, hey, Candy.
Hi, Candy. I see you in here, too. I was like, there's a new face.
Yeah.
It's awesome. So I know, we just started talking again here recently, and I'm catching up on everything you're doing, everything you have going on. And honestly, I don't even think I could handle the amount that you've taken on.
I'm trying to keep up.
So how do you, I guess the one question I want to ask you, because it's the one thing that I failed at, and I've even told you I failed at, and many people, I completely came out and admitted it, so when I got into the paranormal, my first team put out a documentary, 2 of them, and then you, Jason, and we get together. I let a lot of that shit, the publicity, the potential awards for documentaries, being on Paraflix, get to my head. How have you been able to, within the last 2 years, take on this just about the same amount that I did in the same amount of time and stay humble? How have you done it?
Oh gosh, I think I just keep myself busy. It is hard because you get excited and you want to make a name for yourself in the field, and it's hard because everybody wants to, and you got to have that competitiveness, which I think we both have, and might have been some of the issue. But just having good people and friends, and people. My husband Brian, he's always like, yeah, bring it down a notch. So just having those kind of people around you, it kind of keeps you grounded. And there's still moments where, heck, Mike, you remember where there's you start to get a big head, and next thing you know, you're getting chased down a hospital hallway by a spirit. So
right. That's probably the only thing that brings us back down to earth once in a while. A little bit, being scared a little bit.
Yeah, well, I think you heard me yelling for you like 3 floors away.
We did have some fun times. We'll get into Beyond the Dimensions in a little bit, but I want to hear about cross country.
Yeah,
I see you traveling a lot, going to a lot of places with them, and
yeah.
How did you meet them, get with them, and what are some things you guys got coming up, and then hope to do?
So Benjamin Young, he's actually the founder of Cross Country Paranormal, and he reached out to me on Facebook one day and was just like, hey, I've seen the stuff that you've done. I've seen some of the experiences you have, and I want to know if you want to come on an investigation. And the very first investigation I actually did with the team was at the Monroe House. And yeah, and Ben and I did a lot of investigating that weekend together, and the vibe kind of clicked, and we were feeding really well off of each other. And from there, it was just becoming a part of the team. And we travel. We just came back from New Orleans and did the haunted hotel there, which was great. They shut it down for us, so we had the whole hotel to ourselves. Luckily, I got to stay in the most active room, so that was fun. But cross country, one of the things I love is that they invite out the public. So it can be a public event. They come out, anybody who wants to investigate that maybe doesn't know how to investigate or has maybe only seen it on TV. We take them, we show them how to use the equipment. We kind of teach them the right, safe, and proper ways to do investigating. We don't just shove them in a random dark closet and tell them to go ahead and have fun with demons.
That's no fun.
That's what some shows do,
That's also how you learn.
I forgot, no pun intended. Dark closets, right, Mark?
Which one are we referring to?
Oh my God, I completely forgot about that till just now. Hinsdale.
That's what I thought. I'm trying to remember that.
Well, it didn't click until after I said it. But no, but we've got a lot of locations coming up. We've got Nevada State Prison. We've got Crescent. We have Hinsdale. We have Old South Pittsburgh, which we investigated together. Harriman. We've got all these locations going throughout the year. So it's pretty exciting. You can always get on Cross Country Paranormal Facebook to look for tickets if anybody's ever interested in going. We definitely supply all the equipment, but yeah, it's fun, and you get to hang out with me and the rest of the team. We're kind of a blast.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie, Ashley is kind of fun to hang out with. Long road trips can be can be fun.
Yes. Oh my gosh, we did have fun traveling though. That's for sure.
We really did. Oh man.
Oh gosh. Which one are you thinking of?
I don't even know.
The Maine. Oh, I don't know if we're coming to Maine. We were looking at SK Pierce, but I don't know if we actually have that on the schedule as of yet. But we do have our schedule listed on the Facebook too, so you can see any of the locations are going for there.
Yeah, SK Pierce, that was a trip.
That was a good one.
Driving through blizzards.
out of our, oh, well, okay, yeah, that was a terrifying car ride. That was fun travel, but my favorite location that we've done still, whew, it's got to be a tie between Hinsdale and OSR.
I honestly couldn't say the best location we did. I can't say. Of course, everybody knows Wildwood is my heart. I love Wildwood.
Yes.
But to be honest, I don't know how much more I can do Wildwood. It's just, I feel like I have overdone it.
Mm-hmm.
But if I think out of the ones we did, man.
See, I
can't say.
I still think probably OSR with the experiment in the round room.
The one with the chair?
Yeah.
That, yes.
The first time that we ever did Estes, but we also did it together at the same time. And just, the things that we were talking about together, the stuff Jason was experiencing and John was experiencing, and then Robin and Katie down in solitary all being the same exact experiences, and just the stuff that happened in the chapel. I mean, just OSR altogether, the crew that was there, I don't know. I still think that might be one of my favorites.
I think, yeah, that's probably one of the greatest experiences, maybe in my book, I would say we had. But location wise, I think I would have to say Hinsdale. And that's because I think Hinsdale is, prior to that, I was dabbling with spirituality. I was learning a lot of working with angels and demons and understanding the spiritual aspect of myself. And that's really when it came into fruition for me. And when I actually decided, hey, I don't want to do this demon crap anymore. I'm a light worker. I'm a light. I'm a guide. That's what and Hinsdale is the place that made me realize that.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm excited to get back there. I'm so excited.
I've been there a couple times since we were there, and I feel like that location just always screws with people.
I don't doubt it.
Every time I go back, something happens, something crazy, visions, nightmares, all kinds of crazy stuff.
I can't say any details about going back, but I know the plan is going to be fun. It's going to be great. It's going to be a major release, and I'm excited for the team that's coming with me on this one. It's going to be phenomenal.
No secrets.
I didn't even tell you. I will give away one secret on something that I am doing in this documentary.
Okay.
One. And it involves fire. I have a fire spinner coming.
What?
Yes.
Oh, that'll be really cool.
I do have a fire spinner, and it will be documented because there's an experiment that I want to use them on. So, yes.
I can see the wheels turning.
You should have seen it last night. You should have just... I think my hair caught on fire. That's why it looks like shit today. That's why I'm wearing a hat.
Oh, my gosh. No, I think, even when we did Hinsdale and Wildwood together, like that experiment too that we did with the UNI team was incredible. With the mirrors and 2 different locations and seeing if we could get them to travel and just what happened that night with you in the closet scrying and them hearing, things that they've never heard at Wildwood and that whole night. And I think that was really our first investigation with Jason on the team too. It was like everybody was finally together for the first time because we've investigated, but I think that was Jason's first time. And after the events, I'm surprised it wasn't the last.
Yeah, same here. Yeah. Well, we had already had OSR done, so then we did Hinsdale, Wildwood, and then SK Pierce. I still would love to put out SK Pierce Mansion.
We still have the footage.
There's something I was going to say, but I totally forgot what it was. Wow.
This happens to him often, guys. Don't worry about it.
I think they've seen enough of it as well with my trying to do my life coaching. I still have my sheets sitting here, so I read notes.
I surprisingly have no notes today.
Nice. Well, I don't. This is my notes for us tonight, and I've hit every point already. So, but no, I was thinking, you going to UNI. I know there was a little bit of at first I was talking to Robin and John, and they both came to me and said, Ashley's with you and I. After you and I had, God damn it, doing it again. After you and I had the issues with, Beyond the Dimensions and ending all that, they came to me and said, Ashley is with you and I. Is there going to be any issues, with you guys together? And, I was like, no, none. If Ashley wants to come to an event that I'm here, I'm more than welcome. I will always respect Ashley, will always, invite her to everything. But I have to say that out of every team you could have gone to after leaving, I am actually happy and proud that you went to you and I, to be honest. That is, I love everybody in that team, everybody in that group. They're phenomenal people. And I know you're with cross country paranormal as well, but I'm sure those are two different aspects of the paranormal field that you're in. And I do have to say, you going to you and I was just honestly a great decision. And you had my full support from the time I found out.
Well, thanks. Yeah, I think everybody on that team, they're incredible people. They're intelligent. The experiments that they run are just phenomenal. And the fact that all of us have been friends for so long helps, especially when we're trying to, talk ideas and bounce things off of each other. But even like you said, when we had our small falling out, there was never a time where it was, unfortunately in this field, people stop talking and then that's it. They never make their amends, apologize. And we both did that. We both said, okay, I screwed up this, you screwed up this. We said that, and hey, we made our amends. Now we're good. And I think everybody preaches, I'm going to be that person. Everybody preaches para unity. And I think that we're a perfect example of that. A year we might have fought. Now we're,
I think, that is a form of para-unity, but to me, it's more, I've had people that I've had a falling out with tons of people in this field because unfortunately I am just that person that I say it how it is half the time. If I feel it and I see it, I'm going to say it. Unfortunately, my problem is I don't say it to that person. I say it to another person, and that person has to go run their mouth. That's 95% of the problem. But I will say there are people that, yes, I have reached out to and tried to make my amends and have said, I apologize, I'm sorry. And it's taken me time because I want to do it under the right circumstances. And there are some people that haven't reciprocated that.
Yeah.
Me, that's when I walk away and I say, you know what? I did what I could. It's no longer on my shoulders. I apologize for the fact that you don't feel that way. And out of everybody in this field that I am glad I was able to make amends with, and I'm not just saying this is because of you. I am glad you and I made these amends because not trying to brag, I reached out to you in the beginning and I'm the one that helped push you and was like, Ashley, do this with me, do this. And to be honest, I was kind of scared of you. Not gonna lie.
Wow. Don't make me laugh too hard. Why?
I've heard stories about you kicking some asses and beating people up. I wasn't.
I'm too old for that.
Doing travel softball and beating people up. I was afraid that Boston was gonna come out of you and you're gonna. And Nancy Kerrigan my knee at some point, so I was afraid to talk to you.
No, I'm too old for all of that. No, but I think the way that I try to look at it is that everybody makes mistakes. Everybody's we've all said something about somebody that we cared about, and I think at the end of the day, we both apologized and was like, yeah, this is what we did, this is what happened, and let's move forward. And I do think everything happens for a reason too. The things that you've done since the team ended a year or two ago and the things that I have done, I don't know if we would have both had those experiences if the team would have completely stayed together, because we would have shut out the world, and we would have focused just on us and that was it. So the experiences that we've got have made us grow so much. that now bringing us back together and talking and rekindling that friendship that we had, it's just going to make everything so much better and so much stronger.
I have to completely agree with you. You know, you've seen me at the drunkest part of my life. I do believe the first time we ever hung out, I was completely drunk. I told my wife I wanted a divorce. Remember that?
You did.
I was like, oh, I'm done with you. I was so drunk. I was like, I'm done. I want a divorce. And that was the first night Ashley and I ever met. Like we're taking promo pictures, and I'm like, I want a divorce.
And well, that's the first time we met in person. We had talked a lot.
Yeah, the first time you guys came over.
Okay.
So, like, yeah, you're right. I went from that to where I am now as a life coach, as a shadow work practitioner, and turning my life around to where, honestly, my wife's the love of my life, and I don't want to change that now. To you evolved in this field. You've actually grown within your capabilities and your abilities. Which I'm actually curious because you never responded to my text today. I was hoping you were like, you know what, I'm going to mention it on the show so we could talk about it. It's going to be juicy.
I was thinking about it, but I got distracted with the making Valentines for my son's school. So.
Oh, that is coming up, isn't it?
Yeah, but I am interested. So what's been going on? For anyone who doesn't know, since you guys aren't in our private messages, Mike has some weird things going on.
Well, I'm going to take a quick break first, and then we're going to jump right into this. I actually want to see if you had the time to. You could probably do it now within the break. Like whatever it was that I messaged you is still here.
Okay.
It comes and goes when it wants.
Okay. Let me just ask, did you pick up something new recently?
No.
You sure? You didn't bring something home? New, not as in purchase, but something like you brought home with you?
A dog.
No, I don't think the dog is haunted.
And actually, I'm going to get to that. I do want to bring that up in a minute. It is something that I do want to discuss. But I'm going to take a break real quick, and then we're going to come. What's up, Jay? So good to see you here. I'm going to take a real quick break, and then we're going to jump right back into this. Let me find my mouse. There it is. Can't believe Todd lets me do this.
Find the button. Just click.
If I find the button and just push click, you don't want to know what's going to come up.
3, 2, 1. Commercial.
Heard a girl scream down here.
Are you kidding me right now?
I'm listening.
Doing very well. Thank you so much.
That song is so catchy. I've actually listened to it so much while doing our intro for this show. I don't know if I like that anymore, Todd.
Well, it pops up and I'm like, oh crap, I gotta get ready.
So to finish where we were before we went to break, and it's funny you texted me that. It is so funny you texted me that. So you don't even know what I'm talking about. So what did you pick up on? What were you, because I want to see how you flourished. I want to see how your abilities have come. And
on the spot.
I know. I've done it before. I'm not afraid to do it again. But you picked up on one thing that I've been thinking because you just texted me. You picked up on one thing that I've been thinking. So I kind of want to see if there's anything you can get.
Gosh, it takes me time. And you put me on the spot.
I could ask you questions, but you know how that is. If I ask you questions, you can just
then
you're right.
Like a preconceived notion. Then you can kind of guess off of that. See, and I texted to you because I didn't know if you wanted me to say it on air out loud. Because it's almost like a sense of being followed. Like you kind of feel like you're being followed everywhere you go. Kind of like, I don't want to say like you're almost going to like stumble over something, but almost like you kind of watch where you're stepping as well. And that's why I asked if it was Harley, because just with the level of what I'm thinking and the way that you're feeling with like being followed, like you get up and you move and you feel like something going with you, or you feel like there's something always around you, but more like a comfort. That's why I asked if it was Harley, because it does give more of that like animal vibe versus like a creepy spiritual vibe.
See, and it's funny you say that. What I was getting last night was this strong female that was upset with me, didn't want me around. Like I could feel it. That's when I texted you last night. Like,
yeah, and
it was 10:30. I'm sorry, it was kind of late. But the funny thing that you're bringing up, Harley, is a lot of people don't know what happened to Harley when she passed. Like I actually haven't even grieved it yet. I haven't even taken my own time out to grieve. My wife, Danny, wanted a new puppy. So near the end of Harley passing, she was having problems going to the bathroom. Like she just could not go. So the new puppy, we're having problems right now. He won't stop. Doesn't like he could go outside, use the bathroom, be out there for 10, 15, 20 minutes, literally come in and do it again. From the time he comes inside to the house. So I felt like there is some sort of guidance with Harley here for this puppy or something. I felt that one. So it's awesome you mentioned that. And the being watched and stumbling, absolutely. There have been many times where I'll be you've seen my area where all my stuff is. Mm-hmm. There's been times I'll be out there cleaning and I'll turn around and literally just have this vision of somebody standing there, and I'll turn around and just go, I'm sorry, I almost ran into you. Or I'll watch where I'm going, I'll look down and I'll keep an eye out for, like now I'm actually keeping an eye out for Emily. I'm keeping an eye out for the other children that are here. And it's so weird that you picked up on that because I've not said that to anybody.
What about your frame? Are you redoing that or refurbishing that frame?
I am. I haven't done anything with it yet since you've read it.
Right. And you said a woman, and that frame was a woman.
I don't get a controlling or a scary vibe out of the energy off of that one that I did yesterday. Hi, Cameron.
I was saying, did you hear me yell, Cameron, get out?
I didn't hear you.
His cartoon back on.
I know. Jack was talking about him not too long ago.
Oh my gosh, and their dance parties.
Oh, but no, I remember that one.
That mirror, though, I guess the mirror something. I don't know. From that. Yeah. Are you turning it into into a scrying mirror? That'll be cool. I'll be very interested to see interested to know what you see when you scry into that.
I actually have a mirror. I'm gonna find it. I have one around here somewhere. I have a mirror that I'm either gonna make you or I'm gonna give you.
Ooh.
I'm gonna find it. It'll just look perfect. You mentioned it earlier behind you, and I think that wall's empty. It needs a mirror.
It needs
a
something.
mirror.
The only thing back there is Maria, which I noticed somebody mentioned that we both have dolls.
Oh, yep. There it is. Connection with the dolls. So where did you get that one from?
This is Maria. Actually, so Rini sent me this doll.
I almost asked you that.
Yes, Rini sent me her because, she has like 6,000 haunted dolls. And she sent me this one because, so my husband, for people who don't know, my husband is Hispanic. And Maria is also Hispanic. And our friend Rini thought that she would fit perfect in this house. My husband loves to make tamales and all this authentic Mexican food. And
I do have to vouch for that. Brian's tamales are phenomenal. Even if you don't know how to eat them and how to cook them.
Some people eat them with the corn husk. You're supposed to peel that off. Now we're going to be a cooking show. Some people wait, you got to go this way. But no, her dad he owned a tortilla shop, and he passed away, and she tried to help and ended up in a gang. And when she tried to get out, they executed her. So now she's in this doll and, found.
So what? I know how Brian was at the beginning of you getting into paranormal. Like he was very, very standoffish. How is he now that you're collecting all this stuff?
He's okay. He's gotten used to all my weirdness and all my witchy haunted items. Surprisingly, some dolls are just very aggressive and they make all this stuff happen. Maria is fantastic. She doesn't really do anything. Her shoes come untied every so often. But she doesn't mess with the dog. She doesn't mess with the baby, none of that. So she's pretty mellow. She just kind of hangs out in here. But no, Brian's gotten better. I've taken him to a couple investigations. So he goes back and forth between he thinks he saw something and then no, he didn't see it. It was just his mind playing with him. But
real quick, Casey and Teresa, we are not doing readings tonight because DeEtte is not here. I don't do readings, and I don't think Ashley does or really wants to. Unless Ashley wants to take a stab at one.
It takes me way longer than her to do reading.
That is totally up to Ashley if she wants to do one.
Oh gosh.
But we're not doing readings. I apologize. I apologize.
I take a lot longer. I guess, Mike, you're perfect. You can tell them. So when I first started in the paranormal, I did not understand that I had different abilities. I just kind of thought that I had a lot of weird dreams and just maybe watched too much TV. And I would tell Mike this stuff. So he started testing me, and he would send me pictures and tell me, tell me 10 words that pop in your head. And I don't know, you did this for what, 2 months, 3 months before?
It was a while.
Yeah. And
you actually kept me sane working with your dad. If your dad pissed me off, I texted you. I'm like, Ashley, remember the time I texted you because I farted in the van and your dad walked in it?
Yeah. Or when you taped his Pepsi to the garage door. He texted me about that. He's like, I'm going to kill Mike. I'm like, well, please don't.
I used to pick on your dad so bad at work. It was fun. Especially the fact that he was colorblind. We would hook up electrical wires and I go, Bill, cut the red wire. He goes, they're all red. They're all gray. I'm like, hi, Bill. Speak of the devil.
There he is. Okay, you want to talk about stories, Mike. Why don't you tell everybody about that fancy restaurant we went to in Boston?
Oh, geez. We were so hungry. We went to this nice restaurant. We drove, 9, 10, 11 hours through
10
a blizzard.
And then stopped at a couple breweries and then had lunch waiting for Jason.
Oh, yeah. We went to 2 breweries prior.
Mm-hmm.
Had a couple drinks. We get to the last place to have dinner or lunch. I don't remember. It was in between. So it was like dinner, lunch, something like that. So I'm sitting there and I just ripped this loud ass fart. And guy a couple seats down, I guess he wasn't having it. You're cutting in and out.
What do you remember? It was okay.
It was
you hear
long.
Me now? It was loud. It was long, and you whispered to me, "Oh my God, that was supposed to be quiet."
And the guy like three seats down is like,
he was like, and I laughed and cried for like 20 minutes in these restaurants.
all right. So Casey wanted to know the story of my doll. Well, it's a pill that women take I'm just kidding. So the doll that I have, reverse here. The only doll I have in the room. That is actually Emily. That hard to really make it easy for you to understand where she came from without telling the entire story because it's long. I'll do the best I can to break it down. So the first team I joined, about 3-4 years ago, and
it is Courtney. You have no idea. Like,
it's right here.
Wait a minute. Here we go.
There it is. So the very first team I was in, we got contacted by a friend of mine to do a podcast interview around Halloween. They were renting out a warehouse. They wanted to do an interview with us in a mock investigation of the location to release material for this podcast. So we get there and we're actually starting to feel things. We're starting to see things. We're starting to hear things. And in the midst of actually talking, we found out that the owner of the building, the reason there was so much stuff around is he was buying stuff from storage units, estate sales, and just packing it in this location. So there was a point in time we're on this investigation and we're up in the attic of this building. And I kept feeling this little girl. I kept feeling this little girl here. And my partner's using her dowsing rods. And I go, well, actually, I'm going to stop there. I always forget the beginning of this story. So the beginning of this story, as we're walking into this building, my attention was just fully attracted to this power wheel that was sitting outside the door. I don't know why, but something looked at me and just came to me and said, you have to have this power wheel. You have to have this. So now I'm going to jump back to where I was. So we're up in the attic and I find this little girl and my teammate's using her dowsing rods. And so the stupid microphone, it's annoying the crap out of me lately. So I'm getting this feeling of the girl and I go, are you a child? And these rods go, yes. Instantly, I got the name Emily. And I was like, is your name Emily? And those things swung so hard, yes, like she was excited. Somebody found her, somebody seen her, somebody hears her. And I asked her, I was like, are you attached to anything in this building? And she said, yes. So I tell her, I was like, can you take those dowsing rods and point to what it is you're attached to? And she starts moving them around this little area above the stairs. And it was so cluttered with stuff because of what the owner was collecting. I started picking random stuff. And no, not that. No, not that. No, not that. No, not that. And finally, I gave up. I'm like, you know what? This isn't making sense. I don't understand. And I walked away. So my teammate, hold on. My teammate, John, at the time, he looks at me and he goes, what's that on the floor? Because I wasn't trying to pick up trash. I was actually picking up objects. And he goes, what's that on the floor? And I pick it up. And everything holy, back then, I did not believe in God. This was the power wheel that was sitting outside that door that I was attracted to when I walked in. unfortunately, I couldn't leave with the power wheel. So she did let me take the instructions home, and she has been by my side ever since. So this is the vessel that I gifted to her. She's literally pretty much another part of the family. I mean, she's the dominant spirit here. She's in control of all the other spirits. What she says goes. And she's 6, 7 years old. And she's just a beautiful little girl, very protective of me.
She's made appearances on a couple investigations.
Oh, yeah.
Wildwood, especially. I mean, I remember when we were there, she showed up quite a bit, and you had to tell her to go away.
Well, she's, like I said, I'll fix that in a minute. She's very protective of where we go, and she became my little CIA agent, where before we did an investigation, I would say, "Oh, go check this location out. Tell me what's up." I love that about her.
She's a sweet. And everybody got to know her too. That's the funny thing is when, it didn't matter who we were investigating with or what team we had with us or any guests we had. It was like everybody, by the time we left, everyone knew who Emily was. And everyone was like, "Bye, Emily. See you next time." It's like she was a little part of the team.
A lot of people, mistake her. A lot of people say she came from Wildwood and decided to stay with me. That's unfortunately not true. I still hear people going to Wildwood mentioning this little girl, Emily, and I have to correct them. And I have to say, no, unfortunately, she comes to Wildwood because of me, and she loves playing with Tommy. We got to get her and I forgot the name, Maria.
I was like, who's Monica?
I did too. I was like, wait, that's not right. But I knew it began with an M and ended in an A.
I was like, why is that name coming to mind?
Maria.
Yes, we'll have to have Maria. I'll have to bring her over.
We should do a photo shoot with them. Like paranormal
dog
sister photo shoot.
Baby beyond dimensions. Little baby.
The babies, the dolls of paranormal. Oh, geez, that's an idea. That's an idea.
Parrotflix exclusive, right there.
Can we get spirits to actually investigate spirits and prove it? Is it possible?
What if we set up both the dolls with recorders and tamales? We could do tamales.
I would say, I think I want tamales.
I bet we could come up with an experiment of some sort.
I know we can. I know we should. I know it can be done between us. Again,
so let me ask you a question then. I'm going to turn the tables. Okay. In our investigations, doesn't even have to be our investigations, what is the most memorable experience
that I've had?
Yes. Or I guess as a team or as the group or whatever. Yeah. What is something that, like when you're talking about paranormal or you're telling your
You want my honesty?
Yes. What's
you want my honesty? I am going to get very sentimental here because of our past, because of us. But my most memorable experience is with you. And it was leaving Hinsdale, because that was the first major film that you, Jason, and I did. Mm-hmm. That was the first time all three of us actually got together, investigated. It was your first big experience, Jason's first big experience. And that was the experience that actually made me profound to where I am today. And just knowing that you are with great teams, you're with cross country, you're with you and I, and that's phenomenal. But I love the fact that I helped bring you there. Mm-hmm. I helped get you here. I'm not going to take, there's no way I'm going to take credit for the full thing. You did all of it. Your abilities, your capabilities, your everything is phenomenal. So my greatest experience was actually having that opportunity to be the first person to say I fucking investigated with Ashley Moreno, because anything could happen. You're a great fucking person. Your energy, you're bubbly, you're fun. I mean, you piss people off, but you know what? You just have that. I don't give a shit, and I'm still gonna have this fucking smile on my face that reminds me of your dad.
Yeah, I learned it.
And then I get mad at your dad because I see Bill.
No, it's funny you say that, because I was thinking about that on the way home, and I still think, yes, Hinsdale.
Oh, I wish we had more time. I totally would have brought your dad in and say, I want to hear about his experience from Wildwood.
Hinsdale.
Yes,
I took him to Hinsdale.
Yes.
No, but I think I have to kind of agree, because
is your dad on Facebook right now? Yes, he is.
He has to be, yeah. But I don't know if he knows how to work the link. He might. He doesn't want to. He's like, leave me out of this.
God damn it, Bill.
No, but yeah, I took him to Hinsdale. I took my uncle to Hinsdale. They loved it. But yes, Hinsdale, I think, was an incredible moment for the three of us, because it was our first investigation. But what happened in that house instantly brought us together and made us all, it formed a trust that, when you go into these locations, you have to trust people, and you have to trust the people you're with. And I think Hinsdale instantly gave the three of us that bond and that trust, because it was a scary experience. It was at one of the most haunted locations. And I remember leaving that location, and because you drove, and I just remember looking over and be like, holy F, what happened? And that's the only location I've ever left, because I did not want to stay the night there. And I've stayed the night at Hinsdale, so it still baffles me. But I have to say, I don't know. I still think best moment, probably OSR. Like I said, in the round room with all of us just kind of on the same vibe, seeing the same entity in two different spots, because we were seeing him in the round room. Robin and Katie were seeing him down in solitary, and he was being nasty to all of us. So I feel like when we walked out of that room, that also brought us together a little bit more. And we finally were connected on more of that psychic level, I guess. But the funniest is still Old South Pittsburgh, when that thing, and everybody, I'm telling you, Christy Grissom, she's amazing. But Christy and I got chased.
Oh, yeah.
Down the hallway, through the corridor, and down two sets of stairs, while I was screaming for Mike the whole time, because I had no idea where he was. And I've never been chased. Even when we stopped, we could hear the footsteps. They were pounding behind us, and Christy's like, just keep running. It happened. And when we told Mike what happened, he stomped all the way up there and yelled, went off on it.
I can't believe they never checked their camera footage from that night.
But that has to be the most hilarious, because I'm like, did I literally just get chased down an entire hospital hallway going, Mike?
Well, I remember being there, and I didn't know you and Christy had gone to the bathroom. And I'm hearing noises outside of where our food was. So I'm walking down the hallway through this door, and I go and investigate. And the next thing you know, there was they had a motion light or something that came on every time you walked by. Mm-hmm. So I remember walking by that. The light turns on, and it scared the fuck out of me. So I kept walking. The light turns off, and I turn around, and I just run into this table, and I'm just like, fuck. And I'm like, I hope they find this footage. I hope they go back. I looked like I was lost, confused, and just didn't know what. I looked like a newbie investigating, just running into everything and being scared of lights.
Well, I mean, I've never ran out of a location. I mean, I didn't run out of it, but Christy and I were literally running, and halfway, the double doors that open up right before you hit the staircase. Christy turned around and just starts screaming F you, mother effer, blah, blah, blah. And then she's like, crap, run. And I was like, okay, just kept running.
We'll have to get together and talk about Sweet Springs, the experiences we had there. That was nuts.
And I have not been there, and I want to go to Sweet Springs.
It's a phenomenal, fun place. And yes, Casey, like she said, definitely, because we're going to wrap this up here in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Big thanks to Ashley for, this was last minute. Trying to get somebody in here. And honestly, Ashley's the first person I messaged and the only person I said, let's do this. I did it selfishly. I'm not going to lie. I did it selfishly.
That's okay.
I wanted to do this publicly and say, we made our amends. This is what the paranormal community needs. This is what everybody needs. Friends and family come first. And that's something that you will always be to me. Even you, Bill. Even though, fuck you, Bill. I drove past our old job the other day and I missed you for some weird reason.
You even text me.
What's that?
I said you even text me about it.
I did. I was like, Edit, the parking lot's empty. What's going on? Did they finally shut down because they suck?
Nope, they moved to a new location.
All right. Well, we're going to wrap this up. Where can people talk to you? Where can people find your stuff? What do you have going on next?
Oh, gosh.
I give you permission to drop any secrets that may be going on right now because this is going to be the first time anybody hears it if you want to do it.
Okay.
But it's still secret. But.
So if you guys are looking for me, I am on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, all of it. It's just Ashley Marino. You could probably find me easiest by just going to Mike's page and looking. Cross country.
That's the lazy way out. Just search me under Mike's friends.
Well, there's like 9 million Ashley Marinos.
There really are.
Cross Country Paranormal is also on Facebook. All of our events, tickets, everything are on Facebook. You can look that up. Feel free to message me, call me, text me, whatever. If you need an investigator at your house. Or just like a fun chat. Why not? I like new friends.
Do we though?
A little bit of a secret. So I do have a couple locations coming up with Cross Country Paranormal. There is going to be a show movie-ish released in March with the UNI team. And there may be a little bit of a resurrection coming up between some old teammates that might be getting together and causing a little bit of trouble. So you'll have to keep an eye out for that.
I hear that's going to be fun.
Yeah.
I hear there's a fire twirler involved.
Maybe some lunch, some beers, probably some weird shenanigans.
Let's see if people put the 2 and 2 together on some things that were mentioned tonight. Super excited. Again, Ashley, thank you. It's been awesome catching up with you. We got to go get lunch. We got to drink some secret beers again and find some great breweries and order pasta in a hotel room randomly at 11 o'clock at night.
Biggest festival ever.
I can't believe we didn't mention that.
It was the best. So good. And the broke down arcade that you also paid like $4 for like a tiny little Dr. Pepper because I had no cash.
Secretly, I'm starting root cause therapy because of that arcade.
You also put like quarters and nickels in just so I could get a drink.
This conversation, all day I have been thinking about starting my own podcast separately on this station.
You should.
I think I'm going to start doing it, and I am definitely going to bring you back.
Yes.
But this time we're not going to have any distance. I'm going to have her sitting right here next to me, and we're actually going to talk.
Yeah.
She probably won't. That's fine because she's got kids. I got kids, which means we got to call it for the night. My daughter's going to bed. I'm sure her son's about to go to bed. Mm-hmm. Thank you, everybody for tuning in tonight. Thank you, Ashley, for coming in and holding down the fort for DeEtte and I. You can check out. Where can they find your podcast again? What time? What dates?
It is Monday, 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 Central, and it will be me and Benjamin from Cross Country Paranormal, talking all things paranormal.
Awesome. After this invite I sent you, I am expecting an invite to that podcast. Did I say that out loud? Shit. I'm just kidding. But thank you again, Ashley. It has been a phenomenal night. That hour went way too fast, everybody. Thank you, everybody, again, for tuning in. Courtney, Casey, Tim, Bill, another great face. Every Tuesday, DeEtte and I get on here. We do live readings. They are free live readings. And I come in and I give you some life coaching events to help realign your chakras. So let's get together. Remember, stop focusing on the future, stop focusing on the past. Right here, right now, every moment is what's important to get you to that goal, that 2.0 life you want.
Yeah.
Just love yourself, have fun, have a great week, everybody. Next week, I'll be here with DeEtte. We will see you guys soon. Thanks, Ashley.
Bye.
The truth is here and now on WLTK-DB Talk Radio at WLTK-DB.com.